So we're gonna go with Yuri. So let's try again for disoriented, vertigo, incongruent, tenacious, vivacious, vagus. I don't know how to say that. Infinite, yeah. Melancholy. Massacre. Unstable. A town. Spies. Fortune. Inferno. Sensation. Horror. Depression. See, I think that's also something different. Sayori, if you chose depression, she would jump up. But she's not here, so I'm thinking that some of the stuff that when Sayori would have been here, that would have went to her, is now going to Yuri. Unrequited. Tragedy. Yeah, definitely. Fester and death. Because I remember Sayori's stuff dealing with bittersweetness, whereas Yuri's was mainly towards like big words. So again, if we will skip this, skip anything if it's the same. Hi, Corona. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Oh, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else started already hanging. That just scared me. I did not expect her face to just glitch out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Corona. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. What the? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She's blocking the... Get out of the way, Monica. Wait, can I read the, Yeah, you can, okay. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Sorry, Corona. We'll make sure to put your comfort first. Why does it feel like the room is tilted? Was it always like this? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ooh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book. So yeah, this is definitely the same. And everything is definitely tilted. Like, this room was definitely not on a glance, like a side. Ugh, it's making me feel weird. So, again, we'll skip until we get to something new. I don't think this was the same as last time. The book is called The Portrait of Markov, but I think that's the same. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and people trapped here have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiating them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came out of nowhere. I seriously think that was just something completely new, and I'm just like, oh god. I might need to watch back like the other episode really quickly just to see if that was or not, and if I should keep this clip. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Corona? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. So it's just that kind of story. It's the kind that challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things that happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Okay, yeah, no, that's definitely different. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, my whole body... What? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. That's not what she said. She did not say that. I'm sorry if I kind of end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That's the least I can do. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well start reading, shouldn't I? Well, yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not like I didn't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with somebody. I see. Well, if I just end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book. So, this is definitely the same thing as before. Oh god, she said something. Oh god, I was just... Jeez, she just said something creepy out of nowhere. Yuri, you really apologize, don't you? A lot, don't you? Sorry, I mean... This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, hold my book between the two of them. Ah, I suppose. She closes her copy. We lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. Almost feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open up the book. Guess this would make it difficult to turn the pages. Here. Aw, it's this scene again. But with all of the creepy stuff that's been happening, I kinda don't want to be near her. Do the same with my right hand. So, but holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. That's okay. Not used to reading right. So, I mean, again, but like, I also don't want to skip things either, because she just randomly spouts like demonic nonsense out of nowhere. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the pages almost feel like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the pages, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it underneath her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking that she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Oh? Sorry. Thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't get that far yet. So I don't know why it came to my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? Yuri put her hand to her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Corona? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri is acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything bad to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start this sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd just start getting started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. So, we can't even show it to Yuri this time. And now there's only 2 people to show it to. This is getting really freaky. I guess we'll show it to Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It would probably be only fair if I shared mine with her first. Oh, I'm guessing... What the... Her eyes just exploded, what? Corona, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Oh, each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. And then it's the whole thing that's... Yeah, hers before. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just to be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, just because. Everyone in high school thinks that writing needs to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't think writing seriously, but it's the point of poems for people to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme for the end, but then it made fall flat on purpose. Yeah, that's the same thing as before. Yeah, I guess not. So I guess now it's time for Monica since Yuri isn't here. Hi, Corona. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or we can do anything better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's much better if we go with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Corona. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But if that's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job, Corona. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing, though. Sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head, but it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with lots of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I won't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my own poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, it's because I like to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Wait, this is a different one that she wrote. This isn't the same one I think she wrote last time, right? As her first one? Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. The burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Oh god. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, it's okay. Strong this day, putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. That definitely isn't the first poem that she wrote. Because I remember, I think it was, not sure how I put it. I guess you could say I had kind of epiphany recently, been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. So, I think I remember the first one. her first poem, like, it was a really spaced out one, and then the final line. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain can get too fixated on a certain point. If you try hard, make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper to tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot, yeah. That's the same tip that she gave us. And then, of course, now we can go talk to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poems, I see her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. First time, really? Huh? Oh, I know that. I meant, this is the reason why I was able to tell. I'm trying to think of, like, if there's anything different in this text. But of course I gotta take it slowly because it's psychotic over here. I think of most noticeable pick-up writing styles, separate topic matter, form fitted the two together. So is that both styles and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Stammering's completely gone, sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many things, skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them. Lots can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. So let's see what kind of poem she writes. After all, this is supposed to be a literature club. Ghost Under the Light. Is this the same one she wrote? I think so. Tendrils of My Hair. Yeah, this is definitely the same one. So it looks like the only one who wrote a different one was Hanukkah. I'm sorry, such terrible handwriting. What? Think that at all. Well, I don't read script very often. So I'm thinking this is all the same thing. I'll be honest, since it's the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, right into the ghosts. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Remember, most poets often express their own thoughts and feelings through the experiences in their work. They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. More solemn. Yeah, definitely is this. I think the same way. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything, I'm gonna learn from, yep. This is definitely the same thing. I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Corona. Me too. Phew, guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. There's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice. Why does the music in the background sound so much more depressing than before? Anyway, even if it's just being nice, there's no poems that can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. Guess that's what I end up doing, getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Yeah, this is the, I guess you could say it's fancy. Aw, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Yeah, this is, same things that they discussed one last time. Things didn't come nice out at all. Monica liked it and Corona did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer. It's been a long time, especially establishing my writing style. And Corona liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member. That's not what I... You're just... Maybe you're just jealous that Corona appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate mine more? No, if it was... Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs actually grew a size bigger as soon as Corona started showing up. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh. Taking out your own securities. Oh. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? I'm sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove something, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you tried. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Corona hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing there. Corona, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh my god. This was, if I remember correctly, this was what happened in, the last time. But Sayori stepped in to stop it, but of course now, I'm gonna go with Yuri. Oh! Monica? Hey Corona. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Aha! Some president I am, right? I can't even control or confront my own cult members properly. I just wish I had been a little more assertive sometimes. But I never had it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, and she's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk, with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I had no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Corona, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We both know you didn't mean it. And besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, the meeting is over. Oh, whoops, I clicked too early. The meeting's over, so you can go now if you want. Yuri looks at me as if she wanted to say something. She keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Corona. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. What the hell? What? Oh, this is getting definitely into Forge. Yo. So, I guess we'll write another one next time. We'll see how that goes.